What kind of military strategy is this? No swords drawn, no ladders raised, no battering rams crashing, just walking around a fortified city in silence for 7 days. And on the 7th day, a shout, and the walls collapsed. This is not myth. This is not poetry. This is the moment when faith defied logic and heaven rewrote the rules of war. Welcome to one of the most powerful stories in Scripture, the walls of Jericho. The Israelites had just crossed the Jordan River. Under the leadership of Joshua, they stepped into the Promised Land, the land God had sworn to give their fathers. But standing directly in their path was Jericho. Jericho was not an ordinary city. Archaeological discoveries at Tel El Sultan show massive stone retaining walls and thick mud brick fortifications. It was built for one purpose: to resist invasion. And Scripture says in Book of Joshua 6:1, "Now Jericho was tightly shut up because of the Israelites. No one went out and no one came in." The gates were sealed. The walls were high. The soldiers were ready. From a military perspective, Israel had no chance. They had no siege equipment, no military training comparable to Canaanite armies, no experience in conquering fortified cities. All they had was a promise from God. Before the battle begins, something mysterious happens. Joshua encounters a man standing before him with a drawn sword. Joshua asks, "Are you for us or for our enemies?" And the answer, "Neither. But as commander of the army of the Lord, I have now come." Joshua falls face down in worship. Many scholars believe this was a theophany, a divine appearance, possibly even a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ. Before the walls fall, Joshua learns something critical. This battle does not belong to Israel. It belongs to God. God gives Joshua the battle plan, and it sounds ridiculous. March around the city once a day for 6 days. 7 priests will carry trumpets made from ram's horns. The Ark of the Covenant will go before them. The people must remain silent. No shouting, no war cries, just obedience. On the 7th day, march 7 times. Then the priests blow the trumpets and the people shout. And God says, the wall of the city will fall down flat. Imagine being an Israelite soldier. You're ready to fight, ready to prove yourself, and your commander says, "We're going for a walk." Faith often looks foolish before it looks victorious. For 6 days they walked around the city in silence. The people of Jericho likely mocked them, laughed at them, watched from the walls in confusion. But every silent step was an act of trust. Because faith is not loud boasting. Faith is quiet obedience. The Ark of the Covenant, symbolizing God's presence, was at the center. This wasn't about military strength. It was about divine presence. And sometimes God asks us to do things that make no logical sense, so that when the breakthrough comes, we know it was Him. Day 7. They wake up early. They march once, twice, 3 times. By the 6th lap, exhaustion sets in. By the 7th, something shifts. The priests blow the trumpets. Joshua commands, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." And then a roar erupts, and the ground trembles. The walls don't crack slowly. They collapse flat, exactly as God said. No ladders climbed, no stones thrown. The obstacle that looked immovable fell at the sound of faith. But there's another powerful thread in this story. Inside Jericho lived a woman named Rahab, a Canaanite, an outsider, a prostitute. Yet she believed in the God of Israel. Earlier, she had hidden Israelite spies and declared, "I know that the Lord has given you this land." Her faith saved her family. When the walls fell, her house, built into the wall, remained standing. Grace stood where judgment fell. Rahab would later become part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. From the rubble of Jericho, God was building redemption.